So the basic unit of nervous system is neurons. Like when a child is born into this world, he is without clothes. The same is true with neurons. They are without their covering myelin. So as we grow on, the process of myelination occurs where there is covering on a neuron which is made by myelin. This myelin is further on secreted by the oligodendrocytes in your brain and spinal cord, and in the peripheral system it's made by the Schwann cells. The normal myelination occurs at approximately 16 weeks and is completed at around 2 years of life. It occurs from the posterior part to anteriorly, from cranial to caudal, and from central to the periphery. In a normal child, at 3 months, he is supposed to smile at his mother. He is supposed to look at bright objects. At 6 months, a normal child is supposed to hold his breastfeeding bottle in one hand, and he is supposed to repeat if the mother says ma or pa if the father says pa. At 12 months, he is supposed to crawl and he can drink with the breastfeeding bottle himself. At 2 years, he should be able to stand on his feet and walking. So, if there occurs disturbance in these patterns, that's an abnormality of myelination. So, when a parent suspect that his child is not developing accordingly, he consults the pediatrician, and then the pediatrician advises MRI. In a normal brain MRI, we have three sequences: the T1, T2, and the FLAIR sequence. The T1 is the sequence which is the anatomical sequence where the gray matter is gray and the white matter is white. In the T2 sequence, what happens is that the white matter, the white matter is gray and the gray matter is whiter, slightly bright, and the CSF here looks bright completely. Whereas flare is the one where there is suppression of the CSF and it's the same as T2. So if you are looking for myelination, whether they're normal myelination or not, on a T1 phase, myelination in a T1 phase is hyperintense. On an MRI, myelination is represented by T1 hyperintensity and hypointense on T2 relative to the gray matter. Up till 1 year, the T1 weighted image is the main sequence to look for myelination. Between 1 and 2 years, T2 weighted and FLAIR image are the best to look for myelination. So, at birth, the posterior limb of internal capsule and the posterior part of the brainstem, which is shown in the image, are the one which are myelinated. Then, as the child grows up to 4 months, the anterior limb of internal capsule and the ventral part of the mid brainstem, as well as the area around the central sulcus, which is shown in green, with its surrounding areas, that is the perirolanic cortex, are the one which is myelinated. And splenum of the corpus callosum is also myelinated at the age of 4 years. But as the child grows up to the 6 months, the genu of the corpus callosum is myelinated and the cerebellum as well as parieto-occipital cortex are myelinated at this age. Up till 18 months, all the white matter are myelinated. Only the remaining non-myelination area in the human brain are the temporofrontal subcortical U fibers, which is further myelinated at 24 months. The peritrigonal area, which is also known as terminal zone of myelination, remains unmyelinated after 2 years.